Crap. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
Let's see, he was killed in the coffin. It was magic. He was killed under stage.
I think we know what the right answer is.
So this one actually will give us a penalty if we get the wrong.
Yeah.
So let's, he was killed under stage.
It was magic.
It was magic.
I mean...
Do you want to save and look at the magic one?
I obviously want to do that, Chelsea. I figure he was probably killed in the coffin. That's just my guess.
Aren't we trying to show that he wasn't killed in the coffin?
No, you're right. He was killed under stage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought the whole coffin was lifted up, not just him.
No. Okay. The defense would like to contend that it was magic. A wizard did it. I've seen that kind of trick before. Money appearing in an empty box, for example.
Wait, was this the right one? Did we get it right?
I hope so.
I see. And how does a trick like that work? What's the secret to it?
Damn it, man, I'm a lawyer, not a magician. Only I sort of am, maybe? The appeal of magic is in the mystery, wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? Sometimes it's better to just accept it for what it is. Enjoy it, and move on. Oh, Polly.
Bravo. A watertight argument right there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we got penalized. The real mystery here is how you passed the bar exam, Mr. Justice.
Alright, let's move on then, shall we?
Oh my god, I love this game.
So I don't want us to have a penalty this early in the trial.
Yeah, since it's a one-day trial.
So let's do the other one just to see the dialogue and then reload.
Okay. This is just funscape scumming now.
I suppose the victim might have been killed inside the coffin. Exactly. And who was the one that thrust the sword in the coffin? It was Miss Wright, of course. Ack! Your Honor, it would appear the defense has finally given up. Please render your verdict.
I was just goofing.
Now wait just a minute. I said might have been. I didn't say definitely was.
I wanted to see what you guys would say. Did you really think such verbal acrobatics would get you off the hook?
Oh, if only I could have stuck the landing better.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. When was the guy killed?
Okay, so we're gonna...
What are you doing? Don't go back in time! No, our progress. No!
Here's a cool version of Palestine.
Yeah. It's very, like, disco fever.
Okay, so he was killed under stage. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put in the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go?
Oh, I see. In that case, the defendant's sword wouldn't have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Sadamati?
That is the third time.
The third time of what? That answered the question. He's got the power of saving.
Ah! He hit us with magical beads?
I guess this isn't better than getting coffee cups and whips thrown at you.
What the heck is this?
Kage Bunshin no Jutsu.
Ah! Ow,
Oh my
ow,
god!
my head!
This is...
Oh, poor Paulo.
Somebody... Can Von Karma prosecute this one?
What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she's struck 3 times. Are you the Holy Mother?
And I got penalized for saying it was magic.
Since you never learn, you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Karanism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh.
Corner's lawyer has unexpectedly struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right?
No, for I'm not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great. And in this case, you are that frog defense.
Oh, I thought I was a snake.
What exactly is your point anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who, then, had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see. The people in the show were Bonnie DeFaum, the victim, Mr. Rios, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie DeFaum was on stage during the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us only with one suspect, Trucy Wright. Ah!
You're forgetting about Mr. Hat.
Yeah. Now do you see? Transmutation. The accused killed Mr. Rios as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! O great and merciful Holy Mother, thus another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed his trick question whole.
Got him.
Gotcha!
Hey. Excuse me. Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Athena? What are you...
There's something I want to point out, Apollo.
And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child in countenance.
I've been here the whole time. I may be young, but I'm an anime. But I have an attorney's badge just the same.
And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity?
I most certainly would. You just argued that the defendant killed the victim under the stage. But let me remind you that Mrs. Wright is a girl. What?
What? Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such an obvious fact. Your Honor, please send this little child's guardian, send for this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Boo.
My parents are dead!
But I'm not done with my sermon.
You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sadmati, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then the body would then have to be hauled up onto the stage, right? However, Mrs. Wright is a young girl, and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't possibly have hefted that large body up and place it in the coffin. But she can move around these giant platforms, though. Yeah. That's true. It does seem like it would be a rather difficult task for the defendant. I don't think even I could do it. What do you think about that, prosecutor? Who's the child now? You still.
In my religion, the priestesses of Karanism are revered as pillars of our beliefs. So I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective.
Says the man who called this fair maiden little child.
Who's a fair maiden? I agree that your point is worth discussing, defense. How indeed was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused Trucy Wright, that is.
You're committed to pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that'd even be possible.
But of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait. You
really can't explain it? I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I have prepared a witness.
Well, I admire your readiness, prosecutor.
It is really not that difficult when one can read the ultimate outcome of any trial.
He couldn't have really predicted that things would turn out this way, could he?
It's pretty hard to believe. Excuse me, but may I step down now? I've been standing here for all this while.
I'm so tired. Yes, I suppose you may.
One moment, Detective Sky. I'm sorry for, the way I handled all this. You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable. It was? Yes, you served well as a detective, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. Much. You overcame the conflicted emotions you felt, and performed your duty admirably. You will be rewarded for your fine work. Oh. Thank you. I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise.
I guess he's a pretty nice person, like they say, as long as you're not up against him. Now then, let us call the next witness.
Oh, funny.
It's the bunny.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the court. It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm a lagomorph. I'm a lagomorph illusionist from the land of fairy tales, Bonnie de Fan. I can't wait to do some magic tricks for all of you.
Please, witness. There is a time and place for all things, including magic.
Oh, but it would be okay if I just did a little magic, right? Come on, please. Look, everybody is waiting. Now's my big chance to shine.
That is your second time.
My second time doing what?
There will be no further warnings. You should know that from our preparatory meeting, correct?
Yes.
Is no one exempt from His Holiness's Rosary of Suffering?
May we have your testimony, witness? Once you've recovered from your
Disappointment.
Well, as a huge fan of Trucy's, I don't really want to testify against her.
Sure.
But I guess I have to, don't I?
As a huge fan of Trucy's, huh?
I hate her. I loathe her. I can't stand Trucy Wright. Just because she's a little good at magic, she thinks she's all that. So, this is exactly what that sniveling brat deserves.
Sure, you're a real fan, alright. Of destroying Trucy, you mean.
Nice. High five, Paulo.
We're gonna hear this witness testimony right after this quick break.
Yeah.